Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So, I'm going to talk about mould blowing. There's two ways of doing it. One is where you blow something entirely into a mould and it takes on the shape of the mould, and then you open it up and there's your completed item. The other one is where you want to create some sort of effect on the surface of what you're working on, or creating I should say, and you blow your item into a mould, but it's actually not the finished item. You take it out and then you finish blowing it, and it creates a surface effect as opposed to being the shape of the mould that you started with. And I have something to show you how this works, and also I should tell you, this is a new camera. The phone that I was using totally died. Yeah. So I'm using a new camera. So this is a bit of an experiment too. I hope it comes out all right. It is a proper camera now. That's supposed to be for this kind of thing. So this should be super quality. Should look fantastic. You know, Technicolor, etc., etc. So anyway, with that said, let's go on and have a look at the glass. I have here a couple of Victorian Chapped and Globe decanters. I think this one's probably older. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but anyway, this is, yeah, you can see it's really crappy quality, this one. But yeah, this is completely blown into the mould. Yeah. And the shape of the mould makes the whole surface, and then you can see here there's a seam from the mould running down there. There'll be other seams on it there. I think they might have rubbed them out a bit because while it was still hot, because this is like been hot finished, so it's not like pressed glass. You can see the stopper's not particularly well done. They finished it in there like that, but it's not a genius fit, but it is the right stopper because it has the same pattern as the top, and it kind of sits about the same place, but it was never going to fit that well. It has a pontle mark, but it's what's known as a pipe pontle. So instead of having like a broken one right in the middle, they'd actually dip a pipe into the see if I get that in focus. Yeah, dip a pipe into the molten glass and stick it on the end here like that. So the middle is kind of clear, but then you've got this like ring of little broken bits of glass, and that's what they would snap off after they'd finished making out the top of the bottle. So yeah, so there's still, so although this is blown into a mould, that makes the shape complete. So this is the exact shape of the inside of the mould. Of this part here, they would have finished this by hand, put it on the pontle, finish that top by hand. This is something else completely. So this is called quilting. This bottle would have been blown into a mould that was much smaller than this. Yeah, and they would have blown it in hard to create this, and it would have this pattern on the inside, and then they would keep on blowing it afterwards to, you know, they'd take it out of the mould and they'd keep on blowing it, inflating it, and that's why you can see that the holes at the top here are quite small, and then round the middle where the glass has expanded the most, the little diamonds have expanded and stretched the most, and then underneath they're small again. Yeah, so this one was inflated after it was taken out of the mould, so they would have blown it into the mould to create this surface pattern, and then taken it out and blown it up. And yeah, and with this technique you can create an effect and actually create lots of different things from the same mould. So you could, if you had a little bubble, you could probably make glasses in there. You could also make finger bowls and all sorts of other different shaped things, carafes with a wider top and all, vases even. And yeah, so with that said, I'm going to show you something else where that one mould has been used to make two really different things. So here we go, we've got two very different items, but with the same pattern on them, this bullseye pattern. So these would have been blown into the same mould. They've both got 6 rows of offset balls on them. This one's a bit fainter on this one. It probably wasn't blown in quite so hard at the beginning. Some of these have got very distinct bobbles and some of them don't. It's just the nature of glass blowing. But anyway, after they were taken out of the mould, very different things happened to them. So this one would have been taken out of the mould. It would have had this foot applied to it. Oh, these are by Thomas Webb and it's called Old English Bullseye, by the way. Can I make that focus? No. Anyway, it's got a pontle mark there. But they would have taken it out of the mould, applied this foot, made it up, put the pontle mark on the pontle rod on the bottom, then cut that away from top and opened it out. Yeah, and made it into a vase. Whereas with this, they would have done that less in a way. So they still put a pontle mark. It's a bit dusty there, but so it's got a pontle mark the same. So they've taken out the mould, blown it up a bit, stuck the pontle mark on the bottom, probably pushed it in a bit to make it the bottom flat, and then cut it away and then finished it because it was still on the blow rod, taken off the blow rod and finished it as a bottle like that, leaving it as a bubble. Yeah, even these, they come in 2 sizes. This is the smaller size, it's got slopey shoulders. Some of them have got rounder shoulders like that. So yeah, but blown into the same mould, just one's blown deliberately a bit bigger than the others. So yeah, and there's jugs as well. I've got a jug that's like this, but it just comes out like that with a handle put on it, and then it becomes a jug. But it's all about doing the initial blow to create the pattern in the glass, and then more blowing afterwards to make the shapes that you're going to, and the items that you're going to make it into. So I hope you like that little explanation of some of the technicalities of glass blowing, how things are not always, you talk about mould blown things and it's not always the same, different ways of doing it, and yeah, and also because something's pressed or moulded, it doesn't mean it's finished the instant it comes out. Yeah, so some machine made things are just, that's it, they pop out and they're completely done. But a lot of pressed glass, mould blown stuff is worked after it's finished, after it's been blown, and used to create different shapes and things. So yeah, I'm hoping that this new camera works well. Everybody's liking the sound and how it looks, and yeah, I don't think I can say anything more about than that because I've spent a fortune, so you better like it. And yeah, so I'm not going to put any references. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps my my channel, and you never know, if I get to 1,000 I can be a professional. So yeah, with that said, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.